James is countersuing for the return of personal property.
Order. All rise.
Yeah, this is case number 592 on the calendar in the matter of White versus Hensley. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. and Mrs. White, Mr. Hensley is whose stepfather?
Mine.
Yours. According to your complaint, your stepfather and mother were living in Alaska, and your stepfather was looking for work in the state where you live, which is, I believe, Oregon?
Yep.
So he asked if he could come and stay with you. The agreement was that once he started to work, and I assume brought your mother to Oregon, that he would start paying you rent. And he found work at some point. You loaned him some money to go back to Alaska to get his tools and some other things. Came back, that job didn't last very long, but then he stayed with you for 6 months and paid no rent. So you are suing him for rent for these 6 or so months that he lived with you, and for the plane ticket, because according to your complaint, at this point, he is divorcing your mother. Mr. Hensley says that there was never an agreement for rent. He stayed there because you were family, and in addition, you kept some of his property, and he is counterclaiming. Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this lady?
This is my ex-wife from 27 years ago.
Why is she here?
Mark called her and told her on the 30th of December that he was going to bury me, and he had thousands of dollars to do it with.
Okay. Okay. Mr. White, I'd like you to tell me when your stepfather came to Oregon to stay with you.
Middle of November.
Tell me what the conversation was that you had with him from Alaska that precipitated his coming to Oregon.
It was just with my mother. She, you know, he needed work, and they were down, and so she suggested he come down here and look for work.
When did you have a conversation about rent?
Well, when he first come down, it was, you know, and that's, he suggested, and my mother suggested, you know, hey, once we get on our feet, we'll pay you back for everything.
I want to hear that. I want to hear the specific terms of the contract that you recall specifically, Mr. White, while you're testifying under oath. Do we understand each other?
The specific terms of the contract were...
And exactly when they happened and what the conversation was, not your synopsis.
Well, I lose there because I can't tell you exactly when it happened. I mean, we had these conversations.
Well, that's unfortunate, sir. Oh,
yeah.
That's unfortunate that you can't tell me when it transpired. Because if one is seeking to enforce an oral contract, it's your obligation to be able to tell me when the contract was made, what the words were that made the contract. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, when he first got down here, he made the point that, you know, hey, once we get going here, you know, we'll pay you back. We'll make this right. If we have to sell the house up there to do it, we'll do it. I mean, but, you know, we didn't sit down and have a 1 hour
Well, you
contract.
tell me, Mr. White, when you allege that you had a conversation with Mr. Hensley regarding the specific amount of rent he was to pay.
We didn't. It was he would just pay us back for everything we put out for him.
So where did you get the amount of $200 a month?
It's just taking a general amount of what it cost us to have him, and so we did it over a 5-month period, even though we paid for things for 14 months.
Mr. White, I'm sorry. I can't enforce that kind of a verbal contract. So now I'll hear about the plane ticket.
Well, we bought him 2 plane tickets. You know, his original ticket to come down, and then a ticket to go back up in December because he had to get all his tools to come down and work.
What was the specific amount of the plane ticket that you sent him to come down?
One was $745, and the other was $230.
Now, the one $230 was the one-way ticket for him to come from Alaska to...
The original down.
And how did you purchase that ticket? On a credit card?
Credit card.
Who asked you to purchase that ticket?
He did.
Is that right, sir?
No, ma'am.
Who asked you?
His mother.
And where were you?
I was probably out in the shop working when all this took place. I had a shop next to the house in Alaska.
Where did you think that the $230 came from to purchase that airline ticket?
I had found out that he paid for it.
When you came down to Oregon, did you say to Mr. White, I'm going to pay you back for it?
No, ma'am. On September 11th, during the big bombing, Mark and Diane and their children were visiting us in Alaska, and they shut the airports down, and they couldn't fly out the next day, so they borrowed our Bronco and brought it down. And this ticket was purchased by them so I could come down and take the Bronco back to Alaska.
Did you have his car?
No, I took my mother's Bronco.
Whether it's your mother's Bronco or his Bronco, you took their car
I brought it down with the stipulation I was trying to sell it for her.
Why didn't they sell it there?
There's no market up in Alaska.
It's dead up there. I couldn't even sell it down here. I mean, this is not a nice Bronco.
It's a 1988
Well, why did
Bronco.
you drive it down?
Because we had to get down. There was no other way to get down.
You had to get down because of the September
Yes.
11th crisis.
Yeah, there was not a rental
Okay.
car to be found north of L.A.
And what about the $745 to go back and get your tools, sir?
I had been offered a job, and Mark offered to pay for the plane ticket.
Well, how did he know about your need for the plane ticket unless you came to ask him, Mr. Hensley? This is not going to be all one-sided, sir. I want to explain that to you.
No, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay.
I don't like people who act like pigs.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She was having a drinking problem that I'd been working with for years, and it just came to a head finally.
You didn't find somebody else, did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's just be honest there.
And later today,
My sister assaulted me, and she left me in the streets of Oregon to defend for myself.
But why are you wreaking havoc with your family?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mark and Diane White claim that Mark's stepdad, James Hensley, owes for a loan to move and for unpaid rent. James says the couple offered their financial help.
Why should he make you that kind of a gift, Mr. Hensley?
Because he's a nice person.
And what about you?
I also am.
You're not if you say that this $745 was a gift that you had no intention of repaying once you started to work, sir.
I had intentions of paying it back. Yeah.
Perfect. Then you're going to do just that, pay him back for that plane ticket, $745. Now, what property do you say he has of yours?
An Ingersoll Rand one-inch drive
Can
ranch.
I please see the list that he's got here?
My watch and ring.
When did you decide that you were going to divorce Mr. White's mother?
The first week in November of 2002.
Why?
She was having a drinking problem that I'd been working with for years, and it just came to a head finally.
You didn't find somebody else, did you?
Yes, ma'am.
And let's just be honest there, okay? You have his tools.
I don't have anything except for two W-2s, and this is the first we heard of this first time 3 days ago.
Men's diamond and gold wedding ring. You have that?
Why would we have his wedding ring?
I have no idea.
Why would he take it off if he
I
was
have no
still
idea.
married?
I have no idea where he would leave it.
Possibly I can explain that.
I'd like to hear it.
Shortly after his mother and I decided to get a divorce, she told me that she had taken my ring and watch out of my drawer beside the bed and put it in a box and put some stamps on it and sent it to Mark.
Sue the post office.
Yes, ma'am.
Set of jumbo box and wrenches. Do you have that?
We don't have anything else that I know of. If he thinks he has something there, he can come look.
Okay, fine. Then he can come and look.
Wait, we can get a neutral third party to come look. I don't want this person in my house
Well,
again.
then-
My children have already been traumatized.
Well,
This
then
is a man they called Graham.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
I
Take your
don't
children
want
out for an hour. Have a police officer come with him so
Oh,
we can
that'd
look
be
for his
fine.
tools.
Yeah,
Take your children out just as long as there's notice. In any event, you owe him $745, and I've just cited on the counterclaim. Go and find your tools and your jewelry.
What about
Sue
all the
post
rest of
office.
this?
What?
Well, I mean, we give him cash, which I have receipts for.
Listen to me, Mr. White and Mrs. White. I understand that you are annoyed, and I understand that you are angry with him, and you have a perfect right to be, to feel as if you were taken advantage of. You felt as if your mother was going to come down with him to Oregon and make a new life. Your mother is very hurt. Your mother is very upset at his behavior. That doesn't mean lawsuit. Do you understand? You had no...
This has nothing to do with
Fine.
that. This has
Good.
to do with...
And I'm telling you that you had no verbal contract that had the required elements of a contract, which is the specifics. Do you understand?
What about the cell phone he took from us?
What was your arrangement? He took us...
lawsuits planned.
I said that I would let him use my phone, and he said he would pay us back.
Did you say that you would pay him back if he
No,
used the
ma'am.
cell phone?
You're
No,
such
ma'am.
a leech.
He is.
We got a 61-year-old kid we
Leech.
had dependent.
Listen to me. If you did it as family, and if your mother came down, and if they lived together happily ever after, you would have been very happy to get your plane ticket back.
Yeah, well, I guess we didn't
Listen,
realize he was having an affair
listen,
with this other woman.
Listen to me, Mr. White. What you're suggesting to me is most of what he earned would go back to pay you back. That's what you're suggesting to me. That was never the intent until he decided he wanted out of this marriage. And then you felt as if you were taken advantage of. That's what I find. In any event, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $745. That's all, Recker.
You're not excused. You may step out.
Well, the grandchildren and I get along pretty good. I don't know what the future holds. From the looks of things, not very good right now.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Marrow versus Marrow. Step forward, please.
18-year-old high school student Stephanie Marrow is suing her sister, hairstylist Wendy Marrow, for the return of child support received on her behalf. Stephanie claims Wendy continued to receive money after she had moved from her home.
Ms. Marrow, the defendant is your sister.
Correct.
And it is your claim that for a period of time, recently, when you were still under 18, you lived with her. You had some trouble at home. You moved in with your sister.
Yes.
And she was collecting child support for you from both your mother and your father.
Correct.
And then you had a disagreement with your sister. You left, and it is your claim that she collected child support even during the time that she was not taking care of you. You want that money back.
Correct.
Your sister says that that is not true, that she collected only 2 checks when you weren't there, and those checks were retroactive checks for money that had been owed to her for the time that you were, in fact, living there.
Yes, ma'am.
During what period of time did you live with your sister?
I lived with my sister from August of 2000 until July 14th of 2002.
Is that right?
No.
When did she live with you?
August 99.
8/99
until September 1st, or that what's that weekend?
Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, the Labor Day weekend. That weekend.
Your Honor, I have here the initial shelter order from when I was placed in the care of my sister, and it states here that the initial shelter order was placed on August 31st of 2000.
Had you lived there before?
No.
I might be wrong.
There you go. Okay. What about through Labor Day weekend?
Your Honor, on July 14th, 2002, my sister assaulted me in a car, and she left me in the streets of Staten, Oregon, to defend for myself. And from July until the end of August, I lived on the streets on my own.
August of 2000 to July of 2002. And what were the support arrangements, Miss Morrow?
Well, my dad is to pay, her mother's to pay $200 a month. That was between her mother and I. And our dad was to pay $335 a month, and that was through the state, Oregon State.
Okay. The support money that you were receiving from her mother, I assume, was terminated, stopped coming.
I didn't receive a check the month that she was not with me, no.
Fine. That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about the check from your father?
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the check from my father.
Okay. How many months do you allege your father sent checks to your sister when you weren't there?
9 months, Your Honor.
Which 9 months?
July, August, September, October, November, and December of 2002, January, February, March of, until March of 2003.
Okay. I'll hear you.
Okay. I have paperwork here stating how many checks that I've received since I've had my sister. And I have a total of 13 checks, I believe. Make that 15 checks that have been received in the total amount of time that I have had my sister.
Let me see the paperwork that you have. Let's see if I can deal with this relatively quickly, because I think I know what happened. She was supposed to have received $6,700.
Yes.
She received less than that.
Yes.
$3,787. Right?
Correct.
So there's $3,000 that she did not receive.
No, the child support that I'm suing her for is the child support she received for the time that I was there. On August 31st of 2002, there was a telephonic hearing with my father through the child support district.
Yes.
Where I was not with Wendy, and she claimed that I was, and if she would have told them that I was not with her at that time, they would have stopped sending her child support, but she did not. She acted as though I was with her, and so the child support continued.
You have a court order that says that? Can I
yes.
see a court order? Because other than that, that's merely hearsay. Who is this person?
This is my guardian, Terry Jury.
Right here.
It's...
I don't know.
Supposed to be at the top of the page.
So what happened, your father was giving you money directly, is what he said, not her. Your father's position was that he didn't owe the kind of money that child support said he did.
Yes.
Because during the time prior to when a support order was actually entered, he was giving you money directly by check.
Yes.
Your father's position with child support enforcement was that he should be given credit for that money. And child support enforcement, which already conducted a hearing on that, said no. He can... Listen to me. Sit down. I didn't ask you to stand up. So I want to know, Miss Morrow, now that I've taken care of that, you went to live with your sister. You lived with your sister for 2 years. You lived with your sister because your mother threw you out. That was the reason. Clear. You're not living with your mother now. You're not living with your father now. Now you're living with somebody else who says that they're your guardian.
They are my... She is.
I don't know how she's related to you. How is she related to you?
She is not related to me.
Fine. So now you're living with a biological stranger who's your guardian, who you want to get your money from now on until you're 21 years old. But why are you wreaking havoc with your family?
Because, Your Honor, this isn't the first time that my sister has fraudulently taken people's money.
What are you, a monitor? Are you a monitor?
No.
You went to live with her. You lived with her for 2 years at a time when you were in trouble. Why is it that you are creating such a difficult situation for your whole family?
I'm not creating a difficult situation
are.
for my whole family.
Oh, you are. You are. You're bringing in your mother, you're bringing in your father, you're bringing in her father, you're bringing in the courts. Eventually, she's going to get money for taking care of you. You're a big girl. You should have a job and take care of yourself. But why are you involving after people did nothing but be nice to you? Especially her. She took you in. She had no obligation to take you in. And I guarantee you, at the moment that she took you in, for the first week or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, she wasn't getting any money. Because it takes time for the courts to get together and to get money. So I would suggest, madam, that you rethink, because you're not a baby anymore. She took care of you without compensation for a long time. She doesn't look like she's rolling in dough. Sounds to me, madam, in your 18 years, you've created enough trouble. Grow up. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's ruined so many people's lives in our family, and it just, none of them would take her.
Well, considering the trouble that she's caused many people and the amount of money that she's taken from people, it wasn't very difficult, because sometime or another somebody has to pay for what they've done.
Thanks to God, I still love her very much, because if it was up to me, I wouldn't be able to look at her, honestly, because I've given and given, and she just took.
A liar's a liar, and God knows the truth.
Is suing her cousin, iron worker Stacy Butram, for unpaid rent, utility bills, and the return of videotapes. Stacy is countersuing, claiming Mary Beth assaulted her 12-year-old daughter, Amanda Bishop.
Order. All rise.
Now, this is case number 387 on the calendar in the matter of Rodriguez versus Butram. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
I don't want anybody to make me shout today because I have a sore throat. Okay?
Yes.
Miss Rodriguez, the defendant is your cousin.
Yes, ma'am, she is.
According to your complaint, there was a time she moved into your apartment, took over a lease of a roommate of yours. She moved out in rather unpleasant circumstances because there was some altercation involving a daughter of hers.
Yes.
And you.
Yes.
You claim that when she moved out, she owed you for rent. She owes you utilities, according to you?
Yes, ma'am, she does.
For 2 months?
She owes June's rent, which was a bad check. She owes September's rent that she never paid.
How much was the rent?
The rent was $1,000. She paid $500. I paid $500.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about this bounce check in June, because up until June you had paid the rent.
I bounced a check with the landlord in June, and he never got back to me until after I'd moved out that it had bounced. I knew it had bounced, but I was waiting for him to make what he wanted to be done with it.
So that you owe her the money for June?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Good. See, you make things easy. I'm so happy that you're not aggravating me. $500 you owe. Now, what about September's rent? When did you move out in September?
I moved out the first week in September.
Is that right?
She moved out August 29th at approximately 12 o'clock at night.
And you want her to pay September's rent?
Yes.
Why?
Because on the lease that she has signed, it says that she was there until October the 1st of 2002.
Well, that's an interesting issue, because there was an incident involving her daughter.
Right.
Because she has a counterclaim for assaulting her daughter.
Right.
So I want you to tell me what happened, your version of what happened the end of August.
At the end of August, her daughter was very out of control. She was not taking responsibilities in the house. I was picking up after her. I was telling her that she had to flush the toilet, pick up her clothes, pick up after herself. Her daughter was smoking in the house at 12 years old. I told her mom,
just the soft, quick rhythm of your simple honesty.
So Amanda said,
your fingers drum the sugar packet, a syncopated sound, the sweetest interruption that I'd ever found. It's a cafe conversation held between two separate minds, a quiet, nervous dance of the kind the heart always finds. The music's in the background, the bossa nova beat. Suddenly the ordinary feels perfectly complete. We trade a glance, a question mark, a subtle nervous blush. This gentle sweet beginning in the afternoon rush. You asked about the weather, a typical mistake, but every single syllable made my attention wake. We talked of traveling, of places far away, avoiding all the subjects that we truly want to say. My tea is getting colder, your espresso's almost done. We're trying hard to hold the thread beneath this setting sun. You lean in just a little, the noise begins to fade. This perfect tiny promise, a moment.
I think it was May when we both bought cars, and we decided to get insurance together because it would be cheaper. And they were going to take it directly out of my checking account because Mary Beth did not have a checking account.
Mary Beth, pay attention, don't play with your papers. She's telling me why she didn't pay the utilities after May.
When they were supposed to take $320 out of my account for our insurance, and they ended up taking $520 out. She said, just pay it, and I will take it out of your payment for the utilities.
Does that sound familiar?
I told her for May's, not to worry about May's, that I would pay May's utilities, and I did. Stacy only paid me $200. She owes me $718. This is the cable bill, the public service bill, the phone bill, and the water bill. Does that include
September?
Yes.
Well, take September off.
Okay.
Take May off.
Okay.
Right?
$534.37.
How much were the utilities a month, madam?
Utilities ran between $30 to $50 for the water bill, $70 to $100 for the phone bill, and between $100 to $50
So is what you're doing when you come up with $534 taking the high end or the low end?
The high end.
Okay. Now I want you to tell me about your counterclaim.
Well, when she threw my daughter out of the house, she physically threw out of the house. I have a picture of the marks that she left on my daughter.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Amanda Bishop.
How old are you, Amanda?
12, gonna be 13 in 7 days.
Tell me how you do in school, Amanda.
Lately, I've been getting lower grades because I haven't been working that hard.
Ms. Beltram, are you satisfied with your daughter's performance?
She's a little lazy at school lately, but for the most part.
What about her friends, Ms. Beltram?
She has no friends.
Really? Why not?
Yeah. She's just at that stage in her life where she's exploring, you know, she's become a teenager and she's...
What about her smoking, Ms. Beltram?
She was smoking in the house, and when I found out she was smoking in the house, I dealt with it.
What about smoking at all when she's 12 years old?
Well, I don't like her to smoke, but I'm not with her 24 hours a day. There's no way I can completely stop her.
Is this your only child?
No, I have a 22-month-old baby, too.
Other than smoking, do you take anything else, Amanda? Ever experiment with any drugs, Amanda? What kind of friends do you have?
I used to have a friend named Emily. She had a mohawk, and Mary Beth didn't like her. I don't have her anymore. I have Brittany, and that's about it.
You feel as if, Amanda, that you could benefit with some counseling?
Maybe.
Did you ever talk to your mother about that?
We went to counseling. It was for me and her because we were not getting along well, but we got that taken care of. We have...
Yeah, but now you're not doing so well.
I'm working on it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Her daughter had ran away. Stacy literally had taken her daughter and literally threw this little girl on the floor.
And later today...
Maybe he's not as smart as all your other friends. When he pays $220 for 4 tickets, he thinks that he's going to at least get to hear a song, right? And he got to hear nothing.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mary Beth Rodriguez says her cousin, Stacy Butram, owes for rent, utility bills, and for the return of her daughter's videos. Stacy says Mary Beth physically threw her daughter out of the house.
I'm talking about the other little things that may be bothering you. Who are you working that out with?
My grandma. I talk to my grandma a lot. We're really close.
She live close by?
Mm-hmm. In walking distance.
So you go over there and talk to her?
Almost every day.
Good. That's a good anchor. You help your mom take care of the baby?
Mm-hmm. Change diapers, baby baths, that kind of stuff.
Your mom says no?
Sometimes, not 24/7.
Your mom approve of the way you dress?
I don't dress.
Hmm?
It's only clothes. She's a teenager. She's going to go through this stage. It's the stage.
No, she's not a teenager.
Well,
she's not a teenager. She's 12. 12 is not a teenager.
She'll be a teenager in 7 days.
But 6 months ago, she was 12.
Yeah, well, she's just going through a stage.
I want to tell you something, Miss Butram. It's easy to be a friend to your kids and much harder to be a parent.
Well, I try to be both.
If you have to make a choice, choose parent, because she can have a lot of friends, but somebody has to give her the right direction. Somebody has to say, these are the rules. While you live under my roof, I own the air that you breathe.
That's exactly
you
what I
will
tell her
do the
too.
following. This is what you will do. When you get old enough and you can live on your own, you can go and do that, and then you will own your space. Up until that time, I own the air that you breathe. I work, I bring in the food, I bring in the electricity, I pay the rent, I do whatever else is necessary, and you have certain responsibilities. But also, if your daughter is having some difficulty, then what you're supposed to do is explore the whys. I'm glad she has her grandmother that she can talk to. If that's good enough, that's fine. If it's not, I suggest that you get somebody else that she can talk to.
She's a really good school counselor, too. She talks to a lot.
Okay. Did your cousin hurt you when she put you out the door?
She dug her nails into my arm, and she squeezed really hard on the back of my neck.
Yeah, well, she has no right to put her hands on you. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So you have no right to put your hands on her, and there has to be, yes.
It was, what happened was, she came into the house, and she was just going to grab something and then go back. And I was on the phone with my mom, and she looked at me, and she said that I looked like a demon child, and she asked me if I looked in the mirror that I was ugly, and I told her, I said, you're ugly, bleach blonde, and she said, that's it, and that's when she threw me out of the house.
She has no right to put her hands on you, and she did. You understand that? The judgment would be for you for $900. That is $400 for the utilities and $500 for June's rent. But I'm going to award you something on your counterclaim because it is unacceptable for somebody to put their hands on another person's child.
Except for, When we lived together, she literally, her daughter had ran away. When her daughter came back, Stacy literally had taken her daughter and literally threw this little girl on the floor.
She's allowed to do that. Well, she's not allowed to do that. That's not the right thing to do. But she's her mother. You're not. A stranger cannot put their hands on somebody else's child. Because when you walked out of the house and slammed the door, because you were going out and her mother wasn't home, you made no provisions for her.
But her mother knew at the time, her mother knew that me and Amanda weren't getting along, so she was taking her daughter to her mom's house. Because she said that to not have us as a conflict, she'd rather have Amanda not there with us.
You have no right to put your hands on somebody else's child. Period. Okay. So on your counterclaim, I'm awarding you $350, which means that you still owe her $550. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She physically tried to have her dog attack me.
I don't want her near my child. My child's terrified of her.
We're done. I don't even associate with her, and I will never associate with her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Mason versus DeRose. Step forward, please.
17-year-old pharmacy technician Mark Mason is suing former schoolmate, 18-year-old Michael DeRose, for selling him phony tickets to an Aerosmith concert.
Mr. Mason, it is your claim that the defendant sold you some tickets. They were concert tickets, but they were tickets that permitted you to go backstage.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you paid how much for those tickets?
The total ticket cost for 4 tickets was $220.
And according to you, Mr. Mason, when you got to the concert, you couldn't go backstage with those tickets. Somebody told you that they were bogus. Is that right?
That's correct.
Mr. DeRose says he never sold you real backstage tickets. They were laminated memorabilia tickets.
Novelties, yes.
Novelties. And he told you that.
Yes, and they were not tickets, Your Honor.
They were just backstage passes?
They were laminated passes, yes.
So these passes that he sold you did not enable you to go into the concert. Is that right?
Well, when we talked to Michael about it, he informed us that, first of all, he did tell us that they were real tickets.
Just a second.
Sure.
Could you answer my question?
I'm sorry.
Were these just to permit you to go backstage, or did they permit you to get into the concert as well?
They were all access passes, so you're allowed to go anywhere on the grounds, including into the concert.
Okay. For 4 people, $220?
Yes.
Now, what concert was this?
It was an Aerosmith concert that was to take place at the Connecticut Meadow Centers in Hartford on September 5th.
And how did you know the defendant?
I went to school with him last year. I had a couple classes with him. And
how did you know he was selling these tickets?
He had sold them previously to people, and it was just sort of known that he said he had a connection at the Meadows Theater, and he could get backstage passes to concerts.
Do you have those tickets with you?
No, when we got to the concert grounds, all 4 tickets were confiscated at the gate.
Did you get to see the concert at all?
No, we were escorted off the grounds.
Now, gave $220 in cash?
Yes.
You don't deny that you got $220 in cash?
Oh, yes, I do deny that. I actually have
receipts
receipts here, if you'd like to.
How much did you get?
I got around $40 at the most. They were $5 each ticket without the name on it, and $7 with, plus the shipping and handling.
Let me hear you, sir.
When we originally approached him, he said that the tickets were $50 each without names on them and $60 each with names, and he did not charge us shipping and handling.
You got them from him directly, hand to hand?
Yes, that's correct. He delivered them to my place of employment, which is a pharmacy that I work at with Lisa over there.
Mr. DeRose, I believe him. So let's move on from there.
Your Honor,
okay? I believe him.
I have documents here.
Oh, let me see.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let me see what documents you have, sir.
There you go. Marcus and I were both in Cisco Laboratories, and...
Just a minute.
Okay. The top copy is the receipts that I paid for through PayPal.
Just a minute.
Okay.
I wish I understood this PayPal. Can you explain it to me, Bird?
PayPal is basically it's just an online ordering system